Got no time on my hands. Look, no minutes wasted. I got life outside bars. Tell me how much you facing, cause it's deeper than this rap music. Wake up in the real world, you should adapt to it. But you don't hear me though. Nah, you don't hear me though. Look, if pills take you out this world into another planet, could you...
What's going on, beloved? It's Mr. New Lou, 1/3 of Three Black Dads podcast. I'm in the building with my brothers, my boys, episode number 3. Introduce yourself, man.
Yo, what it do? Chuck, 1/3 of Three Black Dads. At Chucky Sings the Blues, back again, kicking it with my dogs.
You already know. It's LB, better known as Matt. Check me out at LB 903 King. My boy B over there smile. I need a smile like that right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the $1 million smile right there. What's happening?
Man, look at my boy shooting out compliments early. That mean he gonna talk bad about me later. That's all. He
You
get the
said what?
compliments in early, so he can talk bad about me later. It's all good. I still love you, my boy.
What were
All
you
right,
talking
so
about, man?
last time, huh?
What you talking about? I ain't said
He
nothing
can't
crazy.
never take the compliment, bro.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my God, we're not going there
He
again.
be fighting it.
All
Yeah.
right, so look, last time we were having a conversation. Uh we were talking about black men and their ability to share their feelings, show their feelings, right? And so, but you brought up the conversation, you brought up the question, so I want you to kick it off, and then we'll discuss.
You said I brought up the question. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
think
said
pretty.
it was a fan question, right?
Or what?
Wasn't that a fan question we were dealing with last
Yeah,
time, or was that
we
just
got
a
we got a fan question, you know what I'm saying, from Miss Weatherall. And pretty
shout out, Miss
much,
Weatherall? It's Weather
yeah,
on.
shout out Miss Weatherall. Miss
Shout
Weatherall,
out.
yes.
Shout out.
Yeah, she paid
Thank you for
attention.
tuning in.
Yeah, she been checking out the episodes and stuff. But she had a question that kind of go along with what we was talking about as far as black men, expressing themselves more and showing love to other men without it crossing any lines or anything like that. But her whole thing was um with men expressing themselves more, what do you feel about boys playing with dogs? And I told her it hurt my spirit to even say there's nothing wrong with that and to allow that, knowing how in this day and age they push agendas off to our kids. And
Right.
I always got to start myself, for example, because my oldest son, he plays with my daughter's toys. They play with toys and stuff like that.
Right.
They have their whole role. And I always oversee what they doing and how they playing and stuff. And I wouldn't allow him just to strictly play with dolls, but pretty much you're going to have to put some GI Joes and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in there. I need to see some
Yeah. Let me.
Transformers or something.
And so look, before we get too in depth in that conversation, B, let me ask you: Are we counting action figures as dolls? Because everybody had like the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles,
And
GI
I
Joes.
don't,
Are we
I don't
counting
think.
those as dolls?
No, man. I think what she was talking about is pretty much like girl-based dolls. My
Like
daughter.
Barbie dolls, right?
Yeah, Barbie.
Yeah, yeah, you can say that. My daughter doesn't
Mm.
have any Barbie dolls, but
Uh,
she have girl-like toys. Now, like I said, I don't let him just strictly play with her toys. Like you
right,
like I have to tell him like that's your sister's toys because it's more suited for her. But at the same
right.
time, he has to understand gender roles. He has to understand that, this is the girl and this is the boy. And, he's going to see it from an innocent perspective versus we as adults see it from an adult perspective. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
when you take the actions and put it into the toys. Like if he was to be talking like a girl and want to dress up like a girl and wear makeup, then I think that's where it becomes a problem and it crosses that line. But if he just
So let me
pretty
ask you:
much role
Go ahead. I'm sorry, B. Go
if
ahead.
it
Let me
if
cut
it's
you off.
just if it's just a role playing, well, I don't want him to think it's a whole situation where it's just all men, and then he thinking that his interest has to be in men. Like you gotta kind of be careful with how you direct your kids, but yes, still guide them on the right path. And I think as a man, me being involved in my kids' life, I'm able to direct them and talk to them about those situations to where they'll understand those roles. Versus if I wasn't in the picture, I feel like it will be a problem.
I think, and I agree with you 100%, B. I think in the society that we live in, we are told that everybody is able to make their own choice, even little children, which
Yeah,
bothers me because
yeah.
what that's saying is you're telling me a kid that can't even use the restroom by themselves is able to make the decision on on whether they can be a boy or a girl, right? Like that's it's ultimately the conversation that people have had, right? I've seen people uh have little boys who want to dress up as little girls, and then the mom support that, right? And every time we see a situation like that, we never see a male figure in the house. Number one, at least in the situation I've seen, I haven't seen it, right? But going back to the conversation of are we allowing, will we allow our male sons to play with toys that are designed for females? I think it's like in the case of you know playing and associate and having a good time with siblings. I think it's well within their right. Right, you got a brother, you got a sister. They're playing with the GI Joe. They're playing with big sis may have some Barbie dolls on the side or whatever female type toys, and they're what they call it, co what's the word I'm looking for here, co
Co-ed or
something like that. I, I
co.
can't I can't think of the word, but they're playing together. But as it
Go ahead.
relates to this, just it's not
Go
it's
ahead.
not well, no, it's not co. It's another word. It'll come to me later. I'm not worried about it.
Mhm.
It'll come to me later. But as just playing individually with girls' toys, I think that's dangerous, bro. And I know we're trying to teach our young men now to be a little bit more uh non-toxic, right? We're trying to teach our boys to be a little bit more understanding, a little bit more not necessarily nurturing. Nurturing is not the right word I'm looking for, but we're trying to teach our boys to be a little bit more well-rounded in their emotions, right? But at the
Right.
same time, like trying to start our boys too early and exposing them to things that are uh not specific to their gender, I think it's dangerous. But that's me personally. I think it's dangerous.
Um, I agree. I mean, I have girls, so it's kind of different. So, but as far as my perspective, I think it's important to provide the children with context, a correct context, and
Right.
and give them that, um, tell them about gender roles so that they can understand. Okay, yeah, this is my place because they're going to get that information from somewhere, and the
Right.
information that they receive might not be the correct information, and it might
What
not align with the morals and values of your household as well. So,
what do you say to people who say there should be no gender roles? Male and female should be allowed to do the exact same thing. There should be no female roles, no male roles. What do you say to those people?
And what when you talk about amongst kids?
Just in general, right? Because that's the conversation. The conversation is there should be no gender roles. And if you teach them this at this early age, they'll grow up to thinking that, men are better or women are lesser. That's
But at
that's
the
the
same,
conversation held amongst, at least I'm gonna say this, with the feminists that I know. I can't say all feminists, but with the feminists I know, that's the conversation. If you don't teach these boys to do this, yada 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 at this young age, when they grow up, they'll objectify women, they'll do this, they'll do that. Like when we talk about gender roles,
but
how do
there's
you feel
supposed to
about
be
those people
gender
that say there
role.
should be no gender roles? Everybody should be on the exact same plane, no matter what,
Well, that's tough
or
because
or do the same thing. I'm sorry, not on the same plane. We're all equal.
what what you got to think about it like this. Uh, it depends on your background, and I feel like if you're religious based, and almost like we spoke about before, then there will be a gender role because the man is supposed to be the head of the household. He's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to lead by example. The woman is supposed to be, the nurturer, and at the same time make sure the household is taken care of. But yet they're supposed to be equally yoked. Like it's gonna be gender roles, to a certain degree if you take it in a religious standpoint and point blank period, it's got to be because it's just some stuff we know that a woman just can't do, just like it's certain stuff that a man just can't do. So there
And,
is
and let's
roles.
clear and
I
let's
think it's just
clarify
left
this
to.
for let's clarify this real quick, B, for the folks who will watch this podcast and watch this and understand that yes, all three of us share a Judeo-Christian background, right? And so a lot of things that we talk about, a lot of things that we discuss will come from a background of being raised in the church and specifically a Christian church, right? And
Yeah.
so everybody, and that doesn't mean everybody's going to agree. We don't always agree on stuff, right?
Right.
But we just, that's just, I want to lay that foundation so when people listen to this, they know this is the angle that we're coming from. This is how we were raised, and this is how we are raising our family. But I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off with it.
No, you good. And I mean, I just feel like their gender roles are needed, but at the same time, they have to be explained, and it makes it tough to explain gender roles in a single parent household versus a two parent household, where you
Right.
have two parents that's working on the same page to teach their kids exactly what that is, because they're showing it with their actions and their behavior. But also, you already know it's three different types of learning. It's the oral learners, it's the hands-on learners, and it's the ones that, pretty much visual learners. So, of course, kids is gonna see things and imitate it. They're gonna hear things and imitate it, and then they're gonna try things for themselves. That last aspect is gonna be something that they're going to have to learn later on down the line. But the first two aspects come in the parents' responsibilities. So, I feel like gender roles are most definitely necessary when it comes to teaching kids. But at the same time, with that, you have to explain to your daughter or your son, hey, there's nothing wrong with you socializing with girls and stuff like that, or you socializing with boys because you wanted to be innocent. But once they get to asking questions to form their own perceptions of things, that's where it's our jobs to explain in detail exactly how we feel they should move and operate.
I think what's crazy. I'm sorry, you want to add something?
No, go ahead.
No, okay. So
No,
I
I
think
agree with
what's
what he said.
agreed, 100%. And I think on this topic, I think we all going. This is the one we don't have to argue on. So we ain't gonna worry about that on this topic. I think we kind of gonna be lockstep on this one. But I also I think when we talk about the difference between boys and girls, and I know this is gonna sound very trivial, but teaching our boys and girls exactly what a boy is and what a girl is. It's crazy that you even have to say that in right now, but in 2024 it's necessary, right? Like physiologically, what is a boy, what is a girl, and then you gotta talk about it psychologically, like what is a boy, what is a girl, because that's kind of where things kind of get intertwined. Because you have girls who uh have male traits, male characteristics. I don't mean physically. I mean sometimes they may carry themselves like we would expect a male to, and vice versa with males who may carry themselves like women do, or more effeminate. Not like women. I want to make sure I corrected myself on that. So I mean it's a touchy subject, bro.
It
But
is,
I'm gonna say
man.
this as it relates to my kids. You ever seen that movie? You ever seen that movie? Kindergarten Cop?
Who?
And they and they,
Yeah.
and they asked little dude, what's the difference between a boy and a girl? Boys have a penis, girls have vaginas, right? But sometimes it's just that simple, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just that simple, right? Like we
From a
overcomplicate things
medical standpoint, is
from
that
a
simple?
from looking from a physiological and medical standpoint. It's just that simple. Now we start talking about the development and
Preferences and
the psyche of the individual. All right, so then you get to some deeper waters, and I'm even willing to tread in. But it's like, dude, little dude, you stand up to pee. You are a boy. You're not a girl. You know what I mean? Like sweetheart, at some point in your life, you're going to have a menstrual cycle. You're a female.
a
Like and
lot of
whether
stuff.
you what and I think the big issue is people don't. I think we're kind of going off the topic just a little bit, and we're kind of dig. But you know what? Let's just go. I think oftentimes people just maybe they're not happy with who they are, so so they want to
It's a lot of variants
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
that
lot of
go
issues.
into that.
It's a lot of
I,
issues that go into that, right? But I
I
think I
can't.
might get in trouble for this one, but it it is
Well,
what it is, bro.
I'll always say it's tough for me to speak on that because I can't relate to it. So it's
Mm.
hard for me to really have an opinion on how that even comes to be because I can't relate to it. So
I
I
hear you.
mean,
I hear you.
huh? I
No, I
mean
say I hear you. I hear you.
that's just kind of what it is. I mean, if it's something I can't relate to, it's just something I can't speak of. And as far as
But
rather,
I think we all have opinion. We all have opinions though, right? Like
I mean,
even if it's like it's
but you know what
you're
my
right.
opinion gonna
I
go
can't.
back to. It's gonna go
You
back to
know, I know it.
religion
I know it.
focus. You did? So it's almost
I
like,
know it.
when it comes down, like we are all flawed in some aspect. I'm a true believer just studying psychology. Everybody suffers from a mental disorder, some type of mental disorder. So with that being
I agree.
said, we're flawed. So, my flaws is stuff that I do that people will never know, that I do know about, that I suffer from. And
Yeah, stuff I don't like
whether
about
I
you, but
show it,
it's okay.
whether I show it or not,
It's
if you can't
starting.
relate to it, you can't. What you say, B?
I say I say some stuff I don't like about you. We'll talk about that later.
You said what? What
I
you
say some
say?
stuff I don't like about you either, but we'll talk about it later.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, but that goes back to my whole theory and philosophy. My real ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? What's real to me ain't gonna be real to you. And I gotta
Yeah,
respect that at the end of the day, because you gotta be
yeah.
you and I gotta be me.
I
I
can feel
can't
you.
be mad. You could be, how can I put this in PG 13?
What you got? Give it
You
to me,
could
B.
be a
What you got?
person with
Talk.
devious ways, and I can't even be mad at you, because
Right.
if you show me that's who you are, I gotta respect that, because that's just who you are. I just can't fool with you. And guess
But
what? In some people eyesight, bro, they don't like me, and they might feel that I'm a lot of different things, and that's cool.
right,
That is
right.
cool, because I
Let
got a
me
lot
let
of
me
people
also
that
say this.
respect me.
Let me also say this. Everything that we say, it's everything we do is out of love, right? Like we
Oh
don't
yeah,
hate nobody. We
oh
love
yeah,
everybody, right? And sometimes
yeah.
sometimes we speak out of misunderstanding, right? Sometimes our opinions are based on misunderstanding. Maybe we don't understand. Like we said, he doesn't feel comfortable talking about certain things because he's just not he can't relate to it. I'm a little different because even if I can't relate to it, I'll probably say something. Sometimes I say something I shouldn't say. But the reality is, everything that we talk about, man, it's all about love, right? Like, and I'm a firm believer in that. I try not to judge anybody, and if I do, I ask Lord to forgive me and allow me to judge with right eyes, right, knowing the whole situation. And I'm being completely sincere about this. I don't like hating. I don't claim to hate anybody. So I just want to I want sure we make that clear, especially with the Three Black Dads podcast, that it's all love, man.
Hey, can
Oftentimes we
we
can try
can
to
we
understand
can we all
perspective.
agree, in the words of Charlie Murphy, that B is a habitual line stepper? My
Facts.
B don't care
Big
about crossing those
facts,
lines,
brother.
man.
No,
Like,
well, no, no,
hey,
no. Here's the thing, though.
hey,
I don't.
Big facts.
It's not that I don't believe in not in crossing lines. It's like sometimes you got to go there. Like in order to have real understanding, lines got to be
Productive
crossed.
hey,
conversation.
Yeah, in order to
You
have
have to
real
have the
conversation.
uncomfortable conversations to have
oh,
growth or to gain knowledge.
I
That's
believe
all.
it.
And
I
that's what
believe
I'm
it.
saying, bro. And that's what I'm.
It's
At the end
real.
of the day, I think that's what our podcast is about. I think that's what we're about personally. Even though we do it in three completely different ways, I think we're about understanding the people that we talk to, right? And
Yeah,
understand.
I
Look, if
agree.
we are educators working. We all three of us work with people on a certain level, right?
Right.
So it's like understanding people is a key to what we do. And again, we gotta have those uncomfortable conversations. I'm just
You
not
right.
afraid to have them. And at some point, it might get me fired one day, but it is what it
All
is.
right, so,
Don't
Yeah.
throw
hey,
that in the
so,
universe,
Look here,
dog.
hey,
listen to me.
hey,
God got
so,
me, bro. I'm gonna keep it a
oh,
buck. God got me, dog. I'm really
Oh,
not afraid of nothing because
oh,
God got me,
oh,
bro.
I feel you.
God,
I
God
feel
is
you.
taking care of me this far.
all
Why would I
right,
stop trusting Him now? That's all
Trust
I'm
me,
saying.
I know. Trust
That's
me,
all
I
I'm
know,
saying.
bro.
so
I
And
ain't no dude.
just to
Big
wrap the
tambourine out here,
conversation up,
man.
like, if y'all, like, do y'all believe, they say, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all believe that boys should be able to play with dolls without it being a factor to it? I mean, I say it, as long as I'm guiding my kids in the right path, I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it.
Right.
My son just flat out playing with
I
dolls.
agree.
No, I'm gonna say no.
Right.
But as far as him just playing, if he's just keeping it innocent, just playing with toys, man, let them kids have their innocence, and guide them in the right direction. So
Right.
that just goes back to my whole thing. What y'all think, Chuck?
It's a difference between guidance and conditioning.
Yeah.
And I think
What you mean?
we have to
Explain that
be
to me.
careful. We have to be careful not to condition them a certain way when they're that young. And like he said, same thing, still allow them to maintain their innocence, but at the same time, guide them.
Right.
Allow them to figure it out, but guide them in the order of things.
I agree 100%. I'm be real succinct with my answer. I'm gonna say no. Like I don't want my son playing with dogs. Like at a young age, I don't want playing with dogs. I don't want the line to be blurred. But I have to be comfortable with having tough conversations with my children, right? To explain certain things. And sometimes I gotta be ready to explain them when I'm not ready, if that makes sense. Like,
You said
that's
you
just
what?
I have to be ready to have those tough conversations with my kids,
Even when
even
you're
when
not
I'm
ready.
not ready. You see, there go one of
Yeah,
my beautiful black children right there, and she just walked right in my shot like I ain't doing nothing right now, like I'm not working. But it's okay. It's okay. It's just that's what happens. It's like three black dad household. That's what this is.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know what
But
I'm
yeah, no,
saying? Real life.
I'm gonna say I disagree. I'm gonna not disagree. I'm not going to disagree. I'm gonna say for my children, I don't want my boys blurring that line early, right? Because it's just to me, it's certain things that the young mind isn't ready for, and we have to be very careful and very delicate with how we deal with how we raise, how we rear our children. So, all right, folks, look at very productive conversation off the rip, dog. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, that was we got deep real early, real heavy, and
jumped in.
I'm actually sweating a little bit because
Cold
it got a little
plunge.
uncomfortable. Or maybe it's hot, but you got the heat on. She got the heat on. That's all I'm sweat. She got the heat on this joint, but
That's sweaty.
it's snowing outside.
Yeah,
It's
it's
snowing in Texas right now. It's crazy. I know. But y'all get snow there all the time, right?
No,
Like
we don't.
almost every winter, right? So I get snow
No,
about every winter.
no,
No,
no, no.
but y'all a little bit further. Y'all a little bit further north than we are. But
I mean, I'm not too much
outside.
further north than you right now. You still thinking I'm up at, you know what I'm saying,
Oh
at
yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
TU.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
keep forgetting. I
Now
keep
don't
forgetting.
tell where I'm at now, but you
I
know what I'm
didn't say
saying?
it. I didn't say it. I
Yeah.
did not. I
Don't
wasn't
tell
gonna
where
say
I'm
it.
at now.
I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna say it.
But
I didn't say it.
now, shout out to Texarkana, on the map.
Where Texas, Canada, Sulphur Springs. Look,
903,
I'm gonna
baby.
call that. I'm gonna call that like my second home, man. I've only been to Sulphur Springs. Well, I go Sulphur Springs or Texarkana. I've been to
You been
Texarkana
to
a couple
both.
times. I got family in
You been
Texarkana.
you been to
But that one
both. You
time
been
we went though.
Yeah, we came back to Silver Springs at one time and we had to turn back
Yeah,
around, but you came back up that
yeah.
way.
And I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Your mom make the best cheese spaghetti I ever had in my life. Like
Hey,
I'm gonna keep
listen
it a
to me.
buck.
Hey,
Best
ain't
cheese
nothing
spaghetti I
wrong
ever had
with
in
it.
my life.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it. You know
real
what I'm saying?
talk. Shout
Hey,
out.
I grew up eating that
Shout
food,
out.
all her food. The dressing on Thanksgiving is always A1. So,
So I'm gonna need some of that, right? That's my favorite. That's actually my favorite dish. My favorite dish
what's
for
that?
Thanksgiving is dressing, bro. Dressing.
Oh, yeah. For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
My mother-in-law. No, my mother-in-law. No, off the rip. Is she gonna make me my dressing? She had to give Ashley the recipe, and she messed it up one time. It was terrible. One time it was awful. But my wife has perfected. Listen to me.
Hey,
Habitualized the
hey,
See, after this
hey,
is what? No,
is
I
that when
didn't.
you,
No, 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 no.
my boy ate
That's what we
everything on the
take.
plate and
Hold
then
on. Hey,
folded it up and then
hold on.
pressed it
Hold on.
down
This
in
is
the
my beautiful
dress.
wife right here. My beautiful wife, Ash. I don't know if y'all can hear her or not. Did you mess up the dressing one time? Like last year before last. And then you came back and like the next year it was outstanding.
Hey,
Did you eat it all that year?
Whatever year. Did I eat it out? No, I didn't. It was
hey,
good.
so B,
We're
I
supposed
don't
to
B,
listen.
eat, bro.
I don't lie, bro. No. I don't lie.
I ain't say you're
It,
supposed to lie.
I don't lie. But that
did
would
you
be me
fold the
lying.
plate up and put it in the trash or did you put it face down? Like, how did you do it?
Listen to me.
Did you
My
fold it
my
up and put
wife
it in there?
my wife is a very good cook. My wife is a very good cook. And
That's
so when
not my
she's done,
question though, bro.
she learns
My
how to make
question,
my
my
favorite
question
dishes.
to you, B. My
No, I did
question to
not fold
you.
it up and throw it in the
You didn't
trash.
fold it
No,
up. Did you put it face
I did
down?
not fold it up and throw it in the trash.
What did you
It was like,
do?
what was it missing? It was missing like sage or something, wasn't it? What was it missing? It was missing something, bro. It was missing something. I was like, baby, this ain't right. And then the cold part is, this is the cold part. The cold part is that mama bring over a pan of dressing. Bro, when I say that joint slap dog, what? What?
Ooh.
I ate almost the whole thing by myself, bro.
Yeah,
And
dog
I don't
house,
I need no
boy.
turkey. I ain't no turkey. I don't need no ham. Give me dressing, some cranberry. Not the jelly, the one that come out the can. I don't like the refreshed cranberry. Don't like it.
Nah, I
I
used to
don't know
always
how
have
we
my
got on
own
this. This
personal
is,
can of cranberry sauce. But yeah,
bro,
hey,
Hey,
always,
me too, bro.
yeah, gotta
Hey,
have your own
always,
can. Don't touch
you
my
got to,
can.
bro.
bro.
That's my king.
Bro,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, don't touch my king.
Hey
this
man,
was not this was
we
not
will have
discussing
words if
this
you
was
touch
not
my
discussing
Words. We got to go
predicament, by the
territories.
way.
outside. We got to go outside for that.
Yeah, we ain't discussed that.
We ain't
We got to
discussing
go
none of the
outside for
protection
that.
meetings.
Huh?
None of it. We talking about
Oh
cranberry
God.
dressing, but
Yeah,
it's
we
how it
got.
go down. It's how it go down.
Yeah,
All right,
All
we
so
right.
let's
got.
get to the
So
hot topics, folks. Let's get to the hot topic. So for our fans who've been tuning in, for new folks tuning in, hot topics is basically our version of current events, right? So now we gotta get into something touchy, right? So I don't want nobody getting too, we just gonna talk. That's all we're gonna do. We ain't gonna get too upset about it. We're just gonna talk. NFL playoffs. We gonna talk NFL playoffs.
I don't know why you do
Okay, so
that.
we'll start off with special good news. All right, so text in advance, right? So here's my question. And B, I want you to give your point of view because I know you know. You look at you're a football coach. You know the game. You watch football. So I want to know what you think. So
I don't
depending
want
on
to
who
give
wins
it.
this game,
I don't want to give his
being
point of
played
view.
right now.
Now with
If
that face
Buffalo
he making,
wins,
bro.
huh?
I don't want him to give his point of view with that face
I
he
do.
making.
I do want you to nah, man. Look at B is a professional. If B is nothing else, B is a professional, and I know that. We know that, right? B step in the booth when it comes to laying down the 16. Booth
I
and
need
B
some
gonna step
popcorn,
in,
bro.
have his verse ready. Boom, he gonna lay it down. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, we be popping
When
this.
B step in his current profession, he is gonna be as professional as possible at all times. And so I know he's gonna be, bro. That's what B is, bro. But based on the game right now, right? We got Buffalo and Pittsburgh playing. Buffalo winning 24-10, right? So we got the Texans. Texans advance. They either play Kansas City if Pittsburgh comes back and win, or they play the Ravens if Buffalo
No, it's the
continues on this
opposite.
track that they own.
Oh
Who
yeah,
would
yeah.
you prefer them to play as one for the best football possible? And Chuck, I know you're a fan. B, I know you're not a Texas fan, but you are a football fan. So for the best football possible, what would y'all prefer?
I would prefer.
Who would you prefer? I want to know.
I can't
The fans
breathe.
want to know.
I would prefer to see Baltimore, man, rather than Kansas City.
I'll be back.
Why? Uh-oh. I got a feeling we about to do something crazy. I just got a feeling. So
Oh, really?
for those who don't know, Mac is a big time Cowboys fan. Big time Cowboys fan. And we know they didn't do so hot yesterday. He talked a lot of trash about the Texans. The Texans did
Like
work on
the
Saturday.
breaking
They
stuff.
did work on. And I think he still hear me because he got headphones in. So, but he don't
He
want. They don't
sound
say
like
it.
he just broke stuff.
I know he upset. It's okay. I love B, and we know it's just we won't keep
We
it
love you,
professional.
brother.
So if B start going off, y'all know why. All right. But y'all see, we keep it professional. We ain't saying nothing bad about the Cowboys. Actually, realistically, I like Dak Prescott. I've said that 1,000 times. I'm a huge supporter and fan of Dak Prescott, mostly
Bro, you
because I
trying to make
I
it worse, bro.
no, I'm not. How,
Dak Prescott. Cause
bro?
everybody mad at Dak.
No, I don't care. I don't care, bro. At the end of the day, these are people, bro. Like, here's the thing: when
No.
old boy from Indianapolis dropped
He had a
that
good year.
running back, dropped that pass, I felt after the game. I was like,
Yeah.
boy, my man posted. My man posted. I'm going to my parents' house because those are the only people that love me right now. Like I felt bad. I said,
Yeah.
boy, these are people in the day.
Well,
And
now
bro, and
in the post game interview, they comforted him, man, and he was like, his
that's what
teammates
I'm
told
saying.
him it's okay.
His teammates gonna do that because that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
your teammates gonna do. But I'm talking about these fools.
Oh
But
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
fan is short for fanatics. Like people are fanatics about sports teams, bro. And for me personally, I decided I'm not gonna be that way no more because I was like, bro, at the end of the day, these are people, bro. Like Dak Prescott lost his mom to cancer.
Mm.
And my man, I don't know if he's still Doug, but I remember when he got drafted, he talked about how he had his mom's voicemail. The last voicemail she sent him, he saved on his phone. He will never erase it. That's he's hearing his mom's voice. Like that to me, that resonated with me. But I was like, I like this dude. I hope success for him.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not a Cowboys fan,
he
but
showed
I hope
class in
success for Dak
the.
Prescott. It ain't been that way. He's had some struggles, but to me, I told y'all earlier, I don't think it's I think it's systemic. I think it's the system and the organization because Tony Romo had the same issue. Now Dak Prescott having these issues. It can't just be the quarterback, bro. It can't be. It's gotta be the
He showed
organization.
he showed class at the end when he was. I
Cause he a
mean, in the
classy
post
dude, bro.
game when he was like, I sucked. I take responsibility and all that. So so
That's
uh,
all now look at B face, bro. Bro, you can't, bro. So you tell me, are you done with that? Are you done? You completely done with that and this coaching staff?
Listen to me. I'm gonna keep this real brief because I'm not fit to talk on the long. Uh, I'm done with Dak because Dak does not show up in major games. Like, let's be professional about it. I'm talking beyond a fan perspective. I always talk beyond a fan perspective. I'm a realist when it comes to my team. I
Mm-hmm.
figured that the Cowboys' offense started struggling way before last night. They started struggling when they was going against the Detroit Lions and a couple of
I'll
games
agree with
before
that.
that.
Yeah,
They couldn't put
I'll
up
agree
any
with that.
points. They couldn't move the
mhm.
ball. And this is my thing. If we're talking about a quarterback, there's an MVP candidate. I'm watching two rookie quarterbacks get out there and light it up. I'm watching
Thug it out.
Josh Allen
Wait,
get
who's the
out
other
there
way?
and light it
CJ
up.
and who else?
Hold on. Let me go ahead and get in my
Okay,
groove.
my bad. You're right. I cut you off. I'm sorry, B. My bad. My bad.
My thing is this: it's too many quarterbacks that's stepping up and showing they're capable in big games for
Uh-huh.
you to be consistently bad in major games.
Right.
And truth be told, I am a coach. You know what I'm saying? I will always say, as a coach, if I ask you to do something and it don't work, it's on me. If I ask you to do something, you do your own thing, it's on you. So, yes, some blame goes to the coaching. That's the reason why I feel like Mike McCarthy should be gone. You don't produce
I
12
think
and
you're out of
5
here.
seasons, and truth be told, four of those wins come against the Giants and the Commanders, which we know at the bottom of the barrel. All right. But
Mm-hmm.
you take those four wins, that's 8 wins. All right. You don't play other teams that wasn't up to par. You beat the Rams. We already knew what the Rams were. You beat the Lions. You barely escaped and got by that. But when it came, you went 1-1 with the Eagles. They've been struggling as of late, but they proved and showed. And I will say this right now: the Eagles are the more consistent team on both sides of the ball. But when it comes to it, down to it, they lost to the 49ers. They lost against playoff teams besides the Cardinals. So where's the blame fall at? You got to put some on Jerry Jones because he is pretty much the overall GM. He is the decision maker. When you do not attack or pretty much make moves in the free agency or make trades, then that comes back to hunt you like it's done us. You let Ezekiel Elliott go, and you trusted Rico to be that second complimentary back, and he wasn't that. But bottom line, yes,
Why you do that? Why you do that? Let Zeke
Mike
go.
Mike McCarthy needs
Paying
to
what I'm
go,
paying.
because 12-5, 3 years in a row for a first round exit, that ain't it. That just shows that you
Yeah.
don't know how to manage your team. To me, because it's always penalties, it's always clock management, and it's always game planning. They've been terrible. They suck.
Didn't they get him out of Green Bay for that same reason?
So
Like they
what?
got him out of Green Bay because he was at Green
For the
Bay
same, about the same reason.
for the same thing. Why
Hey,
he couldn't
so
he couldn't get over the hump?
he could. I mean, he got over the hump one time, but you got to say this because of Aaron
Oh
Rodgers.
well,
So
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, you're right. I'm
yeah,
sorry. You're right. You're right.
you
You're
got to
right.
say that because of Aaron Rodgers. You can't just say that with Mike McCarthy. No, Aaron Rodgers made him look good, just like Tom Brady made Bill Belichick look good. But bottom
Belichick.
You
line,
think? Wait,
Dak
hold on, hold on,
Prescott.
hold on. Wait, hold on. We gotta talk about that. We
What you
gotta talk
doing?
about that.
Hey, go,
We gotta talk
Yeah.
about that.
I,
Is so
go.
so so is that well maybe you know what we'll say that for next podcast. The Tom Brady versus Belichick conversation because we got some more stuff we gotta talk about. But yeah, I'm with you. Keep going, B.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna sum it up. I feel like Dak Prescott is too inconsistent to be considered as a franchise quarterback. He is a pretty much typical average starting quarterback in the NFL. He looks good because
Ooh.
most of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL are young. Uh,
I wouldn't say it. I disagree.
okay, well then tell me what other veteran quarterback is in the league right now that's just out there dominant because most of them retired. Who are they?
Dominant? Well, like
Veteran
what's the name?
quarterbacks. Because most of the quarterbacks in the league are young, bro.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it is we do have a wave of young quarterbacks
No,
coming
yeah,
in.
young quarterbacks coming.
But Dak ain't old. But you talking about Dak like he old, bro. Dak
Bro,
not
8
old.
years in the game going into ninth. Like, come on, bro.
He's a vet,
That's
but he not old, dog.
I'm not saying he's old, but he's seasoned enough to where these young rookies or young quarterbacks are outplaying him. Let's keep it a
I
buck.
think.
They are
I
outplaying
mean,
him.
it's a few vets that's still playing, bro.
Who? They're
I'm
starting.
gonna say this about Dak, bro. I'm gonna say this about Dak.
But who are the vets,
Is
Chuck?
Dak? Go ahead,
Can
Chuck.
y'all name me anybody?
Mhm.
The vets that are in the league right now that are playing well.
Quarterbacks.
I mean Lamar Jackson. He's a vet. He got drafted the same draft as
Yeah.
Dak. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I need to do my research. I'll look up in a second. Same draft. You got
Mhm.
Baker Mayfield. I don't know if you want to call him successful. They're in the playoff. They play next. So I don't know if you want to call him successful, but Baker's in there. He's a vet.
The
Yeah.
Buccaneers is
We're not
trash.
talking. Remember, y'all got to remember a lot of the
Matt
guys
Stafford.
that we grew up watching are retiring. You're right, B. But like Matt Stafford,
Matt
I put him.
Stafford
The
still
He got
Rams
knocked
solid,
didn't
out.
do. The Rams
Yeah,
barely
he got
made the
knocked out.
playoffs, bro.
but
But
Matt Stafford is
who he lost to? Jared
nice.
Goff.
Yeah,
Jared Goff is in the
Jared
mix.
Goff in the
Of
mix.
course, I just said Lamar Jackson. I'm leading with
It's a
Lamar Jackson.
few,
Baker Mayfield. They're in the
You
but the
can
playoffs.
young
think.
guys
I'm just
taking
calling the
over though.
quarterbacks that are in the playoffs. Um,
My whole
but you're
point
right.
be,
You're right.
yeah,
There is an insurgence of
young
young
quarterbacks
quarterbacks
that
right now
playing
that are
better than
starting to
him.
take over the game. You're right. You're right.
So it's almost like at this point, like I'd rather go into the draft and see, like, yeah, one more year, but I wouldn't sign him to no
I got
extension.
Trey
But
Lance.
yeah, but we ain't seen him do nothing since he been hurt,
But
and he was with San
you know
Francisco.
what?
He was doing decent before he got hurt, bro. He
Trey
wasn't
Trey
having a bad year.
Hey, bro,
Trey Lance
listen
is a
to me.
quarterback.
We
What's
don't
the
Trey
name
see
Lance is
came
a
in
decent
and
enough.
quarterback that has
just
not. Trey Lance
We
has
see
not
decent
gotten
enough.
the opportunity. The
he ain't got an
opportunity
opportunity
that,
yet.
that most of these starting quarterbacks have. Trey. And it's first off, I think they
It
did
was
him.
unfortunate.
I think San Francisco did him a disservice by drafting him in the first round. I don't think he's a first round quarterback, bro. Like
No, I wouldn't say that. I just
but
think,
he's a quarterback. He didn't have a whole lot of starting experience in college, but he was super athletic.
but when they started putting people around him, then he started flourishing, bro, and then he got hurt.
You know
Right when
what
he was getting his
why
footing.
they drafted him, right? Because they remind him of Kaepernick. Because he played when he played and he was healthy, he played like a young Kaepernick.
Similar,
But
yeah.
Kaepernick had his not his issue. Kaepernick had his stance, and shout out to Colin Kaepernick for sacrificing his career for the people.
You hear me?
But they thought they had them a next Kaepernick, but he
Yeah.
kept getting hurt. And then when he was out there, he kept turning the ball over. But it's like I didn't play a whole lot in college. I got this ability, but you're not really giving me a
My
shot. And when I do
body
get
not
my shot,
ready
I
for
get hurt.
this. But his
Huh?
body wasn't ready for the league. But
Yeah, man. So I mean, I
I
don't know, man.
think,
I
I
hope Trey
think,
Lance. I hope Trey Lance get a shot. I
I
hope
do
my
too.
Dallas fans take it easy on Dak. I know y'all not, because y'all are frustrated, rightfully so.
I
Rightfully
mean,
so.
bottom
he hasn't come
line,
through in the playoffs, man.
and that's bottom line. Like that's average
Right.
stuff. I mean, we don't want to see Romo 2.0. You know what I'm saying? That's bottom line. You already know
Yeah, I
Dan
didn't want to
Quinn
see
about to
Romo
get.
1.0.
Yeah, like Dan
The
Quinn about to
Colts.
get go and do what he do. Dak Prescott had weapons around him, and I don't care what he had weapons around him to
You
use.
got look at
It
what else you need. You got CD Lamb, bro. You got
Yes.
CD Lamb, bro.
and that's my
Like that's
thing, man.
all.
Like, but
Yeah.
also with that,
I'm not
but
disagreeing with you.
also with that, you got to put some blame on Mike McCarthy because it's got to be more than just using the slants and the flats and comeback routes. It's got to be
Right.
more to your arsenal in your
Push
passing
pushing pushing the
your
ball
pass
down the
game today,
field.
Yeah,
huh?
Pushing the ball
you
down the
gotta take
field.
some shots.
I think honestly, this ain't no huge revelation. But I think the one running back system in the NFL is dead. You gotta have two running backs. You
Yeah,
got
of
to.
course.
You gotta have a 3 down
Yeah,
back. You gotta have a three
gotta
down
have him.
back, and you gotta have scat back, and you gotta have a guy that can just grind it out. Like you can't because asking one running back to do all that work is too much. Like it's too much. Like that's too physical of a position other than the O line and D line to ask them to carry that load like that. This ain't
But
the
wait a
'80s,
minute
bro.
though. I mean,
Go
it
for it.
could work, but because once again, I just watched the Green Bay Packers run through our defense, even though our linebackers played like cheats. But they
You say like
Aaron
cheeks.
Jones
You say like cheeks.
played like cheats, bro. Like our linebackers play like cheats. Like like they play like cheats, bro. Like Aaron Jones ran through them, and that's also put some on
Yeah.
that on the defensive line as well. I feel like when it comes to it, our cornerbacks were
And
playing soft coverage. That made absolutely no sense, and I don't understand why they was doing that.
Mm.
Like that's a whole. But I'm tired of
I
talking
tell
about
you,
that.
the cold part is, look here, the cold part. I would almost, not that it'd be acceptable, but I almost understand if y'all were in Green Bay playing and they play, and the defense play like that, right? Like, because when it's cold out there, don't nobody want to hit. Every time you hit somebody, it hurts you too. I get it, but they was careless for real, bro. They
Hey,
was
hey,
Wasn't
hey,
beautiful,
and shout
and
out to
it's
the
like,
Packers fans as far as my cousin, Ken K Dot, he a Packers fan.
no,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a
he a Packers
Packers
fan.
fan.
Yeah, he
Shout out, shout out, hey, shout out to the nigga
and
on the
shout
team.
out and
I ain't
shout out
seen
to
Ken in years.
yeah, what's
Shout out to
good,
the nigga
yeah,
on
man?
the
Kenny
team,
G,
Shout
man.
K
out.
Dot, and
Shout out to the nigga on the team,
Travailer,
man.
man.
That's love.
Travailer
That's
Hodge,
love,
man.
man.
He a Packers fan too.
I know that.
He was talking noise before the game and everything, and I told him like we was gonna get that win. We got out there and embarrassed ourselves. So the Packers fan that got it, but
I'm gonna keep it a
they
buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't believe Green Bay had a shot. I didn't think Green
I
Bay
didn't
had a
either.
shot, bro.
I felt like their
I
offense
like
was good
Jordan
enough.
Love. I like Jordan Love. Hey, look, and y'all know me, man. I like all black quarterbacks. It could be my son out there who can't throw a football from here to the front door. I'm a root for him because I just like all black
You
quarterbacks.
stupid.
I'm just keeping it. My oldest son, I love him to death. He's not an athlete.
Nah,
You know,
but he
shout out to
been
hey, but
playing well. Like, yeah,
yeah,
momentum. Like,
that's
he
what
been
I'm saying.
playing well.
They were playing with the. I I got a little worried. Again, I'm not a Cowboys fan. Let me be very clear. I thought
Mm.
it would be super cool at some point to have the Cowboys and the Texans in the Super Bowl. Like that is the only time I would throw a Super Bowl party. That would be if the Texans and the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl. That would be dope.
I
I'm
think they
bringing all
play
my
next
boys to the
year.
crib, we getting drunk, and we having a good time, talking a lot of trash the whole game.
Play next year, I
So on
believe.
that aspect, I was kind of rooting for the Cowboys, and because I am a Dak Prescott fan. But the way they played this season, bro, other than a few games here and there, people were talking about Super Bowl run. But it is what it is.
Who,
It is what it is,
who,
bro.
but my thing is, who is these people? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If they are real, true Cowboys fans, and forget being fans, if you're a
Yeah.
realist and you pretty much know the game of football, you would have been don't see that the Cowboys be just saying they're Super Bowl contenders. No, because you gotta look at the 49ers. They're the top of their division, their conference. Like you know what I'm saying? The Eagles played more consistent than what the Cowboys did. So I mean, even though the Eagles faltered a
But
little
hold
bit
on,
at the end, but just to say that
let's
they
keep it
were Super
real.
Bowl contenders, you got to go through. I hate to say
B,
this. I hate to say this, but they had to go through the 49ers with this.
that goes to San Francisco. But let's be real, B. Look here, we know how I'm not gonna say you Cowboys fans be. You can get a little upset and angry when we talk about the Cowboys. Am I right, Chuck? Am I lying about this? B gets passionate about the
Man,
Cowboys.
don't try to get Chuck that, you know what I'm saying, I agree with you, man.
No,
Chuck,
no,
like,
I know where he going with it. I know where he going
yeah,
with
like
it.
I'm saying, like Chuck, don't
I'm
He's
let
saying,
him
saying
don't
there
do that
are
foolishness with
Cowboys
it.
fans
there are
that are more
Cowboys fans who are
obsessed
super
than
passionate,
you
and then there are Cowboys fans who
are.
are
Obsessed.
unrealistic. And again, and I'm not gonna say the expectation against the Super Bowl for the Cowboys this year's unrealistic because they were playing like world beaters until they play really really good teams, and
Of
that's kind of
course.
where they struggle. But at the same time, though, when I watch, but look here, anybody can have a bad day or a bad game, bro. Like I'm not.
They had a
Look,
few of them though.
yeah, they did. But
You
That
might
again,
hit
was
a
like
all
miss.
against
you gotta
great
look.
That
teams.
Patriots game was
Yeah. The Detroit game, I was like, you supposed to, I mean, and Detroit, look at, let's be real. Detroit, not the Detroit that we grew up watching. This ain't that Detroit. Like this Detroit right now, your boy up there got them playing. And first off, shout out to my boy Aaron Glenn, Nimitz, class of 2000, class of 98. Nimitz, let's go. We get on, baby. Northside, Houston, Texas, Aldine ISD, defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, let's get it. But they got them boys up there playing, man. Keep it a buck. Keep it a
That
buck.
defense is,
But
is, is his most ever series. Hey, but to
yeah.
skip back in on it because I'm tired of talking about the Cowboys. You
I
asked
know
me
it.
a legitimate.
That's why I was getting ready to transition. I know it.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking about that, man. You said about the Texas and stuff like that. I mean, the Texas got who? The Bills next?
So if Buffalo wins, then we play the
Ain't no
Ravens.
if. Ain't
If
no if.
Pittsburgh comes back, look at Pittsburgh making a move. I'm looking at the game right now. If Pittsburgh comes back, then we go to Kansas City. Now I got my preference, but I want to hear like me as a football coach and as a football fan. I know you're gonna watch the game. I know you're not a Texas fan. You're probably gonna root against us because you're a hater like that, and we don't
Nah,
hate against the Cowboys, but
I'm
you hate
probably
against the
I'm,
Texans.
I'm probably not fit to watch football. That's how it used to go for me. Like in my
It's like
Cowboy,
that. Yeah, no, I feel that.
yeah,
No,
my
you
season
probably
over.
done.
Like, hey, I ain't fit to be watching none of this. I ain't fit to watch nobody.
No, no. I'm with you. I'm with you. When the Astros got knocked out, I was done watching baseball.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
ready
there's
for
no point.
I'm ready for spring
I ain't
training
fit to
after
root
that.
for. After that, I hope everybody lose, but if somebody got to win. But
But no champion.
yeah, I hope everything.
No
I hope
champion.
everything ends in a draw. But
So all right. So Chuck,
I,
I guess I got to direct this question to you, Chuck, because
wait a minute.
B
How you
want
gonna ask
everybody
me
to
a
lose.
question and let me answer?
Okay. I didn't know you was gonna answer. My bad. Go ahead, B. My bad.
Now,
My fault,
hey,
B.
now go ahead because I want to hear my boy Chuck. You know what I'm saying? His opinion on what you got to say. I can always come back to mine. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Chuck. So you and I are Texans fans, my man. You got the Texans hat on, right? Like we've been to games together. What's up? Is it Kansas City or is it Baltimore? What you got?
I think I would rather play Baltimore, but I think I don't know, man.
Listen to me,
I would rather play
bruh.
Baltimore,
Be
but I
careful
think
what you ask for.
if we end up playing Kansas City, I think we would fare better against them.
I
But
have so
Baltimore would
much
be a better
respect
game.
for Lamar Jackson. I don't want to see no parts of that man. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, dog. Like I got so much.
Mahomes and Kelsey, bro.
Man,
Like,
look here. That receiver core is absolute garbage. They are terrible.
they don't need them though.
Kelsey dropped like 3 balls in that game. Like that had
They
if
playing in 20 below, bro.
no, this one based on what I'm saying though.
Of course
Had
it
a team that was
is.
accustomed to playing a little bit more in that was like, look here, Miami don't want no parts of that.
Nah,
Like they from Miami, bro.
neither
Like
one of them, bro.
if that game would have been played in the dome, I'll tell you right now that would have been a boat race, and Miami would have skull drugged it by 20.
I'm not catching nothing in 20 below, bro.
That's what. But
Hey.
You catching a cold?
I don't
Yeah.
believe in Kansas City this year. Look at Patrick Mahomes, a generational talent. Generational talent. Travis Kelsey. Yeah, I got some things I want to say about that man, but he's a very very good tight end. Very very good tight end.
Towing the line.
Who's the number one receiver? Scantling? Your boy from Green Bay. That's the number one receiver in the team other than Kelsey.
But they can run the
That wide
rock.
receiver core is garbage. I
They
would
can run
take.
the rock.
I would, but listen to me. Lamar
Sometimes.
Jackson is so dynamic, and he's got Odell Beckham on the outside. Like, if you want me to keep it a buck, if I'm gonna be real, they scared me more than Kansas City because the team we had 2 years ago, or not 2 years ago, 3 years ago with Deshaun and less stability had a 24-point lead on a better version of this Kansas City team. So if we take the this year's Texans
But we played them
with this
well.
year's leadership, I'm telling you, I would put my money on the Texans every day of the week. Baltimore scares the crap out of me because Lamar Jackson is the most underappreciated quarterback on the planet. And tell me I'm lying.
They don't say on the plane.
Who, bro?
Well,
He
active.
is
Who give
because
crap to more
he
than,
came in.
bro? Since no,
He came in the league and they
obviously,
said he should have been he came in the
bro.
league
Bill
and they said he should have been the
Polian said they
quarterback.
should have
Cam
drafted him as
Newton.
a receiver because he was a
Who?
black quarterback from Florida
Cam
with
Newton.
dreads in his head.
We talking about current.
Like they completely
That's what I
disrespect.
say. Active.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, yeah,
Yeah,
all right,
active.
Cam. Okay, I mean, of course we're talking about active, but I'm not talking about
No,
nobody who's not in the
I
league.
know what you're talking about, bro.
And
I'm
and,
just.
and, and I hope Cam Newton get back in the league. Honestly, he said he's willing to take a backup role at some point to help out a star quarterback. I would love for him to be CJ's backup.
They gave up on him.
Hey,
They gave
what
up on him.
I would love that.
Hey,
I
what old
love
buddy?
Cam Newton.
Hey, what he say off of Tropic Thunder? That commentator, he said, "Well, some people have dreams," and he said some dreams can be nightmares. That's just kind of what
Hey
that is
man,
with Cam Newton, man. Like, nah,
no,
he need to stay exactly where he
nah.
at. Nah,
I think Cam get a bad rap. Cam get a bad rap because of his personality, bro. Cam got a huge personality, and the problem is if you bring that personality in as a backup, he's going to overshadow your starting quarterback if that quarterback also doesn't have a big personality. Like Cam is a
He's
magnanimous
a
personality,
brand,
bro.
like he's.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, but I look here
But
as
you,
far
I
as
mean, he's been in the spotlight since college,
since he
bro.
was in high school.
Well, yeah, since high school, since he first got to college,
High school went to was at Florida first. You know,
Florida
had
first.
some issues that came down to
Yeah,
blend out here in the Texas
then went to Auburn,
Texas. I can't say H time, but that's Texas in the building.
Texas,
Won a JUCO national championship. Then went up to Auburn.
won a national championship.
national championship. Like
hey man, before he
the
went up there
dude
to
been in the group
Auburn,
for a
man.
long time.
Before he went up to Auburn, there was a quarterback named Tyreek Robinson that was supposed to be in there. Guy came straight up out of Silver Springs. You know what I'm saying? Actually set a record at Texas A&M Commerce. I think he passed for 800 yards in the game. But you know what I'm saying? He was
Shut
supposed to
up,
be
you
that guy.
lying?
I swear on
You
Yeah,
everything.
lying?
He was on
What's
ESPN
his
for
name
that.
again?
Huh?
he,
His
What's
name
his
was
name?
Tyreek Robinson.
800 yards, bro.
In the game, I believe. If I'm
that's
not
Bro, we gotta
mistaken,
look
he
that
threw
up.
for
That's
800 yards in the
crazy.
game. Look it up.
that's
Texas
That's
A&M
insane.
crazy.
Commerce, man.
Yeah, we got to hold on. Yeah, we got to look that up, bro.
That's
Yeah.
insane,
That's
bro.
That's my classmate, little brother, man.
shout out
Like,
to my man.
hey, listen to me. He he
Uh,
he he led Silver Springs to their first state championship. And when I say that offense, they call it the NASCAR offense. He was out there looking like
I did
Michael
run that
Vick,
show.
take off, throwing the ball, everything. He went
What's
off
his
to
name
Auburn.
again?
Hit Tyreek Robinson. Tyreek Robinson.
Rollison.
Yeah, Robinson. Shout out to Ty. He actually coaching right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yep.
man, he was that guy
6'3",
before Cam
220.
Newton.
Tyreek
Huh?
Robinson, number 7. This is in 2013. He played in the league for a little bit.
Huh?
If it's the same player, I don't know.
Ty Robinson?
What's the what? Wait, what's the? I'm sorry, my bad. I said it's. I didn't realize that Texas A&M Commerce was Lions. I apologize. Uh, yeah. You see, I got his stuff right here. Check his stats out. He looked fast, by the way. I'm not just saying it because he's black.
You say he look fat, stereo. That's not
That's exactly the reason why
stereotypical.
I
you said
stereotype like a black.
it. That's exactly the reason why you
Well,
said
hold
it
on,
right
time out.
there.
Wait. My man had. Hold on. My man had. He threw almost 4,000 yards in 2014. Hold on. His biggest game. His biggest game I'm looking at right here was 2014. Not quite 800, but you gassed him a little bit. But my man did
I
go off 570,
was it
568
500?
yards,
Gee,
six touchdowns, six
that,
It was
touchdowns,
something
bro.
like
that's
that, man.
nutty, bro.
Six
Kim was out there.
touchdowns,
That's
bro.
bananas.
Kim was out there throwing
Six
darts.
passing touchdowns. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
I
dissecting the
thought he threw for
defense,
he was
800
bro.
obviously
that
that
game. I ain't
guy.
gonna lie to you. I thought it was 800. Maybe I'm.
Hey, so
We're just
Hey,
out there
had
it
collecting
so
the
was
check it out.
stats,
it
Hold
was
man.
some
on. Check it
ridiculous
out.
numbers,
My
man.
man had two. He had two 4 touchdown passing touchdown
Video
games.
game numbers, dog.
He had 1 6 touchdown game.
Boy playing
He
Madden with pads on.
but 78% passer
Yeah,
rating. But so he was carving them up. So shout out, Mr. Tariq Robinson, up in East Texas. Shout out, man. You get number love here. You get number congrats. You get
Straight
number
up.
appreciation. We're gonna give you flowers right now before it's too late. You know what I think that's dope too, right? Like there's so many athletes that we know about, especially being in Texas, whether that be baseball, basketball, football, track, that never make it to the highest level because of whatever reason. Sometimes you'll get the opportunity, sometimes it's another. But these are the greatest ball players we've ever seen. And it's just a shame that people don't get a chance to see the greatness of some of these athletes, bro, that we in Texas get to see on a regular basis, bro. And I mean that from the Panhandle to the Valley, from El Paso to East Texas, bro, all the way down to Houston to Central Texas, dog. Like this,
Ain't nothing
like
like Texas.
this state runs the game when it
that's true,
comes to
Chuck.
the great
Yeah,
athletes
ain't
in
nothing
this
like
country.
Texas.
Like it's so many great athletes that make it, but it's so many more who just for whatever reason. Sometimes it's our own fault. Sometimes it's not having the opportunity. But bro, it's amazing. It's amazing how many great athletes are in the state of Texas, bro.
Man,
And I ain't gonna lie
it
to you.
made no sense, bro.
I put myself in that.
Here
I
we
put
go.
myself in that, bro.
Here we go.
Hold on. Keep it a buck, Chuck. So look at Chuck. Let's keep it real, bro. Now keep it real. Now be honest. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Bro, who's the best? One of the best hitters that you've ever seen hit in baseball? Is it not me? Let be honest, bro. Now if I'm wrong,
you
I
are
was that guy, bro.
top 5.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate
No,
it.
like seriously, like
And
people
Chuck
that I've
and
seen hit with my eyes, you top 5.
bro, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. And Chuck got some of the most pop I've ever seen in my life. And B got some of the best hands on the football field I've ever seen in my life. Like just imagine, like if we had all made it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even
Is it
talking about
crazy that I
basketball with B,
chose?
because B was a hooper. B was a
Yeah.
straight up hooper. B was a football player, but B was a hooper. That was his sport by trade. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Now, I want you to also recognize this because I was gonna make a post about this on Facebook, but you know what I'm
I
saying?
bet you gonna see somebody being a great baseball player too much.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just a simple
Y'all just
fact.
messing B.
I'm something that a lot of people can't say that they were, and that's an athlete.
Oh,
I was that
Athletes
too.
could do. Athletes could do. Yeah, athletes could do almost any
that's
sport, and
good.
I was one of them.
I was
I
that too.
consider myself a sneaky great athlete. Again, we talked about this in the first episode, bro. I'm the shortest dude you know that can dunk. And y'all witnessed it. And y'all witnessed it. No quotes. Ain't no quotes. Ain't no quotes. LB, you were there.
Hey,
You were there when I dunked,
how do
bro.
you make an asterisk with your hands? Is that how you do
we had to walk you to the we had to walk you back to the dorm after
It
two.
it? Oh man, we call the athletes from that.
Time out. It does. First off, let's be real. I threw down like 3 or 4 dunks before I hurt myself.
we
That don't matter, bro.
had to walk my
I
boy
threw
out of there.
down. So time out. Look here. We've had.
We finna do this again, B? Are we finna do
We
this
gonna have
again?
to. We gonna have
No,
to because we
no,
got new
let's
fans
not.
now, so they got
We
to
Hey, you
got more
about to
topics
get
to talk about,
hibachi
man.
again, bro. Don't do it.
No. Ain't no hibachi. Ain't no hibachi because we all
Get
know it's true.
hibachi.
We all know it's true. All 3 of us are elite athletes. All 3 of us. But what I'm saying, like y'all be trying to downplay me because I'm short.
Hey,
But
No,
hey, man, you
time
no,
done,
out.
bro. You done.
no,
I drop
no.
bombs on the
That ain't
baseball field.
it.
I gotta bring this up. Football field, B. The most look here. The most memorable touchdown you had in football at Prairie View was thrown to by who? And you
You
tell
was
the
the
truth, you better not
quarterback,
lie,
man.
B.
You was the
Who was the
quarterback,
quarterback? Who was the quarterback?
bro. I
B,
made your
wait,
throw look good.
no. B, who was the quarterback?
I made your throw look good.
B, I dropped back. You ran a 9 route. I dropped back. I looked the dude off, pump fake, and boom, dropped a dime. You caught that ball in stride, B. You didn't have
That
to slow
was
down to have speed
that
up.
was one. There was a couple of
That's
passes,
only
but
that's only what I'm talking about. That's the
some of them I
most
had to go
memorable
get, bro.
catch. That's the most memorable play we had. That was, bro. If you don't remember this, that was
I
the
do
play.
remember.
This is what I'm saying though. But that was the play that had the football team was like, bro, y'all need to come out here with us, bro. We need some help. I don't know if you remember that because I ain't gonna. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
call his
I
name.
do.
I don't even watch the podcast. That's when Sam was like, bro, y'all need to come out here. Yeah, y'all, you remember that, bro? Come on, stop playing.
I
Like,
listen.
stop, give your boy,
Brought
give
that
your
up
boy some
though.
love, man.
I brought that
And
up, man.
act like I wasn't 5'7" out here dunking like Spud Webb on these boys.
What's like
Throwing up the alley to myself and yay.
the first time he's admitted that he's
Hey
5'7".
man, I'm short, man.
I've never, I've
Hey,
never in my years of knowing you
listen to me.
heard you admit you were 5'7".
I'm
I didn't even
like
know you were
taking them to
5'7".
5'8" and a
That's
half.
practice
I'm
part.
like 5'8" and a half.
I didn't even know.
Sometimes you got listen to me, Chuck. You see, bro. Hold on. So I got supposed to really gonna watch the podcast. And so if my boy B
I take
Mike,
you
you
out
know what
too,
I'm talking
man.
about. B Mike, we call him Blue. B, I want you to shoot us a message in one of these on one in the tab below and tell him about that bomb I had on Dakota at Memorial Field. Stop playing with me, bro.
Bruh.
Come on,
Don't
dog.
make me start flexing, man. What's up?
No, here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, though. I've seen you. Here's the thing, Chuck, when we first met, your ability to hit bombs was in question because you didn't commit to
I
hitting
didn't
bombs.
try to hit bombs.
You were a base hit guy, and I just remember thinking, say, bro, if I was 6'3", I'm hitting these things over the light towers. I'm getting drafted in the first round. Like
I
that's
could, I just didn't.
that's my point because you was coached by Kirk
Here we
Thompson.
go. Go.
Look here, man.
Don't do it.
Look here. I call him by his name. I do not care. He is
Don't
scrap.
do it.
He is not a good coach.
Don't
He is
do
not
it.
a good coach. Because here's the thing: if I got a guy, when you understand the game of baseball and you understand how scouts think, which I do, because I talked to them on multiple occasions and had meetings with multiple scouts. If I've got a guy who's 6'3", plays first base, I don't want him spraying the ball from gap to gap. I want you hitting the ball over the fence. That's your job. Like, I think Kurt did you a disservice, bro. If you want me to be honest, I think because Kurt was a crumb. When he played in school, he was a crumb. He was fast and he could slap the ball. So he was. That's how he got his clout at A&M. He was a good baseball player, but he was a crumb. He was a small dude who could spray the ball. But that ain't you. But if I was your coach, you hitting in the 4 or 5 hole. You are driving in runs and you are hitting the ball over the fence because I'm encouraging it.
Yeah,
right? Because I know as a coach, if once you get paid, I get recognition for it. So the more guys I push to big colleges and to the league, I get recognition for it. I think Kurt did you a disservice, bro. Because you as it relates to back control, you're one of the best guys I've seen at PV. As it relates to back control. Like,
that was the first thing Rob said to me.
He's a hater, bro. He's a hater. He's a hater, bro. He's a hater.
That's the first thing he said to me. He said, I don't swing hard enough, bro. It wasn't until that's the first thing Rob said to me. Hey, after I broke a back.
Guess who's at my son's practice this week? Mike Rob, bruh. I was like, look here, we know.
Oh, I know he's
coach at PV. But you met him before.
Yeah.
I don't technically like him. He don't really like me because of the way our relationship ended. But it was cordial, right? It was cordial. But it was. I was like he came over, shook my hand. I was like, man, because the last time he seen him, because check out, he graduated with my mom, right?
Yeah.
He graduated with my mom. So I was at that 30 or 40 anniversary, a reunion. And we at Deucin Park. H-Town, we at Deucin Park. He mugged me. At least that's how I took it. He mean mugged me. I was like, what's up? I think that's old. I ain't worried about that. That's old news. I'm done with baseball. Baseball has no bearing on my life except my son right now. But he was like, he was cordial. He was nice. We had a conversation, and he's kind of in that. I guess he's kind of in that part of his life where he's real reflective right now. So he's talking about retiring and passing the torch on to the next group, and kind of investing in his grandson, who's actually a baller. His grandson is a thug on the ball field, bro. But back then we had Mike Robb when he was kind of in his prime. He could do whatever he wanted to do, talk how he wanted to talk to anybody, and we just really go for that, bro. But it
was something different then.
Yeah, it was different back then.
All right, so
I'm
glad we got a chance to talk about the Texans and football and everything. Let's go ahead and move on.
Well, first off, we didn't get a chance to talk about Texans because
we did. We already talked about them.
Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. Let's move on. It's the hot list. We can't be on this joint too long. We've been here way too long. But let's talk about this last thing on the hot list. My man, Mr. Cat Williams, bro. My man, Cat Williams, decided he wanted to start off 2024 with a bang and eat everybody in comedy. Like I consider myself a comedy fan, right? I don't consider myself funny. I'm not funny. I might say something funny occasionally. Apparently, I said something back in college y'all thought was hilarious. That one time, I won't say, and I apologize.
That was your highlight.
Knows who she is, ma'am. I'm sorry. I was immature and foolish. I did not mean to hurt your feelings on your way to the club that day. But
you did say they was built like a skillet and you meant it.
Hey man, look, we got to go through it. Bro, we got to say all that. That's what I'm saying, B. Y'all talking about me. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be talking about me. You be talking about me. I was very cryptic with what I said. I
What
apologize.
you talking about?
Because
What I
this
say?
is
I didn't
genuine
say no
person being
names.
upset.
Oh
Now,
shit!
I didn't say
whatever,
no
but here's the
names.
thing though.
Oh
But here's
god!
the thing though.
Oh,
We know one person
man.
who follows the podcast who was there that day. We know at least one who was there that day. Right? You ain't gotta do that, bro.
That's
But
terrible.
again, I was immature. I was young. That was freshman year. So I was probably 17 because I was 17. I got on campus. I apologize. I did not mean to hurt your feelings, ma'am.
Ooh.
But
That is a
Oh.
lie. You
anyway,
always talk about you don't
Williams
care about
though.
what nobody think.
Listen, wait, but that's me now. That's me now,
That was you
right?
then when
Like,
you said it.
oh, I don't know. I look here. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. But Cat Williams did not care about her feelings. Cat Williams called out Steve Harvey for stealing jokes, stealing ideas for sitcom. My man, now we all knew this. We all knew my man had the man unit. We figured that out because my man lineup was way too crispy every episode of Steve Harvey show. And let's keep it a book. I watched Steve Harvey show and I watched Hank with Mr. Coop. I love both of them. I'm gonna just keep it real. But Cat Williams eats everybody. Like he did not hold back, bro.
At all.
And so here's where I found myself. I found myself in a position where it's like, obviously, some of it was true because of the way people have responded to it, the people he talked about, particularly the way they responded to it. But we know how great storytellers are as well. And Cat Williams is one of the greatest storytellers of all time when it comes to comedy. And so we know they have a tendency to embellish, stretch the truth. And so that's kind of where I find myself trying to decipher what is true and what is false. Oh, not false, but what is fabricated. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. That's my better half. She said fabricated over there. But what is fabricated in this Cat Williams plot to just destroy everybody. Right? What y'all
What
think?
you got,
What y'all think
Chuck?
about this whole Cat Williams thing?
I think he just brought to light a lot of stuff that most people that live in that world already knew.
Right.
And I think he just chose to highlight it. But if you look at it throughout the last few years, a lot of people have mentioned him in their interviews.
Yeah.
And he hadn't responded or, retaliated since. And yeah, they gave him the platform and he was on fire. Plus, hey, shout out to Shannon Sharp for that interview, bro. Like,
But I'm
cause
glad you said
he
it, dog.
conducted that interview beautifully.
Beautifully, like, bruh, from a dude that went from the NFL to the media. Is Shannon
Man.
Sharp one of the goats, by the way?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
are we allowed to
Peter,
give him the title
you
yet?
got
Or
to
we
give
can't
it
give him
to
the
him.
title yet,
You have to. You
bro?
there already?
Bro, that was like, first off,
You there
just
already?
navigate. It's hard for me to navigate conversations, and either one of us to like when one of us takes the lead here, it's hard enough for us to navigate, and we hanging with our boys. You're
Right.
talking about a dude who's interviewing one of the greatest comedians of all time. He handled that with grace, dog.
Yeah.
He did a great job interviewing.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Did y'all watch the whole interview? The
I
whole
watched
interview?
Uh,
That'd be
majority
crazy.
of it.
most of it.
Most of it. That's what
Most
I'm saying.
of it.
Most of it.
Yeah, I don't watch all
I
of
cut
it.
myself kind of in and out of it, but bro, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Shout out to Sandy Show Club Shay Shay. We don't get no kickback for that at all.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You don't even know who we are,
Nah, it's
that
just
was
a
good
good. It's a good
but we
journalism.
show.
are fans.
He just
We
let him
are
do his
fans,
thing. He just let him
right?
cook. Shit, let him
I don't
cook
know.
too. Like,
But
Oh,
you know he didn't
he
just let
did
him
more
cook
than cook.
because
He cooked.
but
He
Shannon didn't just let him
served.
cook.
He cleaned
If
up.
Shannon disagreed, Shannon would push back. It was like, hold on, like I know these people, like these my friends, and he wanted him to explain more. And to Cat's credit, he did. But
yeah.
Here's what I like: Shannon didn't just play the yes man role, where he was just like, yeah, I know, you know what I'm
He
saying? Like,
gave him some pushback.
exactly, bro. I thought that was.
Hey, but him, and Cam, he does a good job of
I like
interviewing
Cam.
them too.
The truth. I think sometimes Cam think he's smarter than he actually is, but because but I like it though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it. I like it. Cam is. I love Cam's podcast. I love Club Shay Shay. Like it. That was real, man.
I
That's
like
all I do.
a lot of the podcasts out here, bro. Like they really showing that they can come off the field and actually go
Bro,
into
they got
broadcasting, man.
range, bro.
Yeah, like
You
Ryan
know who else got
Clark,
a
man. Hey,
who's
RC,
that?
nice man. Ryan Clark.
Oh yeah, RC, yeah. Hey, shout out to RC though, from my wife's hometown, Lafayette. He's from Lafayette, they're
Yeah,
from New Orleans. He's from New Orleans, sorry. Not big
RC
Louisiana.
do his thing, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but yeah,
he
Shout
good
back.
at
out,
what
shout
he
out.
do.
But yeah, but back to you said, what do we think about that? What do you think about? Well, I think you already gave your input as far as what you think about the whole Cat
By
Williams
Cat Williams?
situation. I feel like, huh? I feel like Kenfo,
Yeah,
really,
go ahead.
he gave a lot of truth, but in that, he gave a little bit of fabrication just to send some shots. Just a simple fact,
Mm-hmm.
I think they slandered him a little bit, so he decided to send some slander himself. No matter what. But I
Hmm.
think a lot of that was true. And it's almost like you gotta look at the situation like is that one of those things to where A, it makes the culture look bad with us going at each other being
Good question.
other black
Great
comics,
question.
Mm,
but or is it B, this is just comedy and if you feel some type of way, hey, go ahead and put on your best suit, your best outfit, whatever. Hit the stage and turn the mic on and go in. Like, the
I don't
last
wanna.
time, he did that whole DC comic championship. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it's almost like when it comes to music.
About the competition of it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, they
competition factor
don't. I
because
don't want that.
if you feel like you the best, then you gonna talk like that and that's what's gonna come out. Like, you know, doing music. I mean, what artist is not gonna feel that they best? You hear J. Cole talk
Right.
about he the best. You hear Kendrick talk about he the best. You hear so many talk about they the best. But if you gotta look at it for consistency and bar for bar, who is the best? I think when we talk about top five, and we did talk about that at one point in time,
Yeah.
Cat Williams got mentioned amongst all of us. You got to mention him,
Absolutely.
but you
Yeah,
ain't
you gotta
mentioning Kevin
mention.
Hart like that. Then nobody
I
mentioned
think
Steve Harvey. Then nobody
I
really
think
mentioned Cedric and Tatum, but they mentioned Cat Williams and they mentioned Bernie Mac, and there might be some truth behind what he was saying. They are jealous
no,
of
no,
what he
absolutely.
came to the table with. Then
Absolutely,
nobody
man.
mentioned Ricky
I think it's
Smiley, even though Ricky Smiley was funny.
Ricky Smiley's funny. Uh uh but here's
Hold
the
on,
thing
I'm
though. I
just gonna go
think
ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You stepping away.
Go
All right.
ahead.
Nah, man, I love the competition aspect, right? Like the fact that these guys take their profession very serious, which you should. Anything you do
Mhm.
professional, I think you take it serious, right? Because it only bodes well for the client for us as the consumer, right?
Right.
We get better comedy, we get more comedy. Again, y'all see my daughter running in the background. That's fine. But we get better
Love
comedy. But then
it.
I think about it from a social aspect, and my mind always goes here. So it is what it is. Sue me, right? But anytime, anytime a black man is downgrading another black man, it bothers me just a little bit. And I know it's competition, and I get it, right? I understand that. I understand that there's a hey, I'm the best. I'm gonna prove it. If you think you're better than me, come see me. I get that, right? We're all athletes. We understand what that is, right? Um, but I think there's so much. I think there's I'm
I think
trying to
that
figure out the best way. Go
I
ahead,
think that
P.
dates back to our warrior.
I need to kind of get my thoughts and figure this
I
out.
think
I'm
that
sure.
they I think it dates back to our warrior mentality. I think it's just naturally within us to have that warrior mentality
Mm.
the uh to be the best and to be
To be
competitive.
that alpha.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I can
Not
do
That's
only
that.
just
to be
within
the
our culture.
alpha, but to sharpen your
Iron sharpens
peers.
iron.
Like
See,
Yeah.
iron
iron
sharpens iron,
sharpen
steel
iron.
sharpens
It's
steel.
like
Hey, the Bible say that. That's what the
yeah.
Bible say.
So naturally, I think that's where that competitive edge kind of comes from. I mean, of course, we naturally as males try to establish dominance or
Right.
in a certain arena, but also, yeah, we sharpen each other and we get each other prepared for whatever we need to be prepared for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I agree with that, bro. I like that. Honestly, that's why I kind of like when we argue. Because what that does for me, that kind of helps me see. Well, okay, well, where am I? Where am I ignorant at? Right? Because we get into arguments stuff sometimes about stuff that we just I don't know about it. You guys don't know about. And that's where the arguments come from. But then I also go back and and think about it. Say, okay, well, I think about it from y'all's perspective. Okay, well, man, and then that makes me better, right? So I can see that the steel sharpening steel. So I can actually appreciate the arguments you and I have. But like most of us, we grew up in a household where I'm sure at some point your mama said this. Hey man, don't act a fool in front of the white folks. At some point, I know your mama never said that, B. Chuck, your mama ever said that?
I've heard that before.
Your mama ever said that? Ask
Grandparents,
like
grandparents.
grandparents, like at some point, it's like what happens in our house is for our house. And I know it's different, right? You're talking about entertainment, that's for everybody. I get it, right? But to me, there's a certain part, like when we're talking about our culture, and then like my thing is like, I love Ricky Smiley, I love Steve Harvey. Like let's not act like we were out here watching Steve Harvey show. We're watching Romeo out here trying to pull a little Puerto Rican girl. Like we weren't watching that. Let's not act like we went out here watching Mr. Cooper, every week. You know what I'm saying? Like these are all shows that we love, bro. And for me to see these guys beef, and they're human too, right? Like Cat Williams a human, right? So he got people he don't like. I got people I don't like. But to me, it's like when we see these public figures, these public black figures. For me, I know everybody don't think the same way I think. But when we see public black figures, it's like, wait a minute, bro. Like we supposed to be big up at each other. Like this world, like navigating this world is hard enough in our country right now at any period of time, without us getting, clowning each other and without us downing each other, especially at that professional level. Buffalo just won. Okay, so we got
Baltimore.
All right, we got Baltimore. We got what you wanted. Oh, Lord help us. But anyway,
right.
we got to see that stuff. But anyway, man, I don't know, man. It's just, it bothers me a little bit. And again, be like you said, I understand, and like Chuck said, I understand the competition aspect. I really do, because we're competitors. But I just don't think from a competitive aspect anymore. Like I think more socially now. That's a pretty black girl right there. Just see that pretty black girl walk by. I'm gonna look every time she walks by.
She just turned up every time she passed by.
That's a pretty little black girl right there, boy.
I didn't see her
laughing. Every time she passed by, she be dancing.
I love my kids. I love my kids. Like Dad's activity.
She is enjoying life,
Black Dad's podcast. But no, man, I don't know, man. That's just how I said. And again, I can be wrong. I don't know. It bothers me when national black figures are going at each other and downing each other. And I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think, and then we can move on after this. But I'm just.
I think he just exposed something that everybody in that world had already. They kind of had a code where they were like, okay, we live in this world. Everybody else don't live in this world. So we might have our beefs among each other, but we're not going to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? But he just came and talked about all of them publicly. So it's like, okay, now that's why everybody jumping to defend themselves because they want to give more context on it.
Right. I can see that.
But they came for him first, right?
Yeah, they did.
No, I don't think nobody.
Some of them did.
Did they?
Some of them did.
Some of them mentioned him in interviews and stuff like that.
So he just waited.
Because Ali Sadiq.
First off, wait, time out. What happened with him and Sadiq Ali, bro? I'm a fan of Mr. Ali.
So Ali,
eight times to the ground, baby.
So Ali said that there was a show he was supposed to perform, and Cat wouldn't let him in the door or whatever the case.
I heard it was security. It wasn't Cat though, right?
Well, no, he said he seen Cat, and Cat turned around, seen him, and whispered to somebody, and then next thing you know, somebody telling him he can't come in.
Oh wow!
And then so he wasn't allowed in the arena, and then
he was supposed to be on the
check. Yeah, he said Cat told somebody to write him a check.
Wait, write him a check to go home?
Yeah, write him a check for his time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Cat told the story, and he basically corroborated what he said.
He's on Willie D's podcast. Shout out to the OG Willie D, by the way.
Shout out
baby, ghetto boy.
Shout out Willie D, for real. But yeah, he said that on Willie D's podcast that's what happened, and he was like, he's not a big enough
That's
artist
what
for me
I
to
heard. I saw
respond
that. I
to
saw
that
that.
type of
I
stuff.
saw that.
So he was talking real condescending. So I believe Ali's version of events
Yeah.
because the arrogance that he was speaking with is like,
Yeah. Cat Williams is arrogant, short SOB.
yeah, he
He's
is.
got Napoleon complex, but he's
He does.
one of the goats.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's what I love about comedy, though, right? Like a lot of these guys are extremely funny. They got their own personality quirks. Ain't nothing like I say, ain't nothing but person. We all got our issues, but
Yeah, we all
I don't
got
know, man.
our traits.
It bothers me when we as black men, especially, like down other black men for whatever reason, right? It could be for political gain, for internet clout. I hope I never get in a situation where I have to do something like that. Cause I don't think I do it. I couldn't do it. It could cost me. I couldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah, hey, B, we need you to talk trash about LB, and we'll get you the check and these endorsements. Hey, nah, that's my brother. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I
for
can't
real.
do it. Like I don't know, man. But also, I'm also not in competition with y'all. Like we're in this as a unit, right? Like the three black dads are one. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's I don't ever.
One band, one song.
If I decide to do a spin off like LB talking about, see the fans
Nobody
will hear
coming
what
to
LB
see
talking
you,
about. That LB. You see, I didn't know this. LB related to who related to B?
Otis Redding.
I thought
Not Otis
his name
Redding.
was
Not Otis Redding.
Otis Williams.
Otis
no, not
Williams
Otis
from
Williams. Eddie
yes, it's
Eddie
Otis
Kane. Not Eddie
Williams.
Kane. That's not even a real character.
It's
What's
Otis
his name?
Williams.
Otis Williams.
No, but you said
Otis Williams from
ain't
the
no
Temptations.
Temptations.
no, I thought it was David Ruffin. I thought you
No,
related to
Otis
David Ruffin.
Williams.
Oh, okay. I
Nah, I said my spinoff was gonna be pretty much David L. Ruffin.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you said. I said I was like,
David
okay,
Ruffin.
I'm gonna be David Ruffin out here.
You gonna be
Nobody coming to
Otis.
see you, Otis. I
You gonna
just
be
called.
talking to
Listen,
you.
first of all, time out. We got if somebody could give Leon his flowers, bro. Leon played two
Yeah.
of the coldest, or
Most
actually,
iconic
not
roles
two of the coldest.
ever, bro.
Think about every role Leon has played in, bro.
Iconic.
My man has killed and stole every single movie. Temptations, Five Heartbeats, Above the Rim. Like
Yeah.
my boy killed roles.
Yeah.
Like Shep on the balcony.
Cult classics.
You know what I'm saying? But Leon is one of the GOATs, dog. And I don't even give my man enough credit, bro. And he a humble superstar.
Yeah.
He's a humble superstar, man. I love it. To me, he's a superstar. I don't know how the whole Hollywood scene works. I don't care. But yeah, man, Leon is that dude, bro.
Hey, don't forget my guy that played in Above the Rim and Paid in Full. I can't think of his name, but he don't play some major roles as well.
Not Makai. Payne
Wood Harris.
Wood
Roy
Harris is that guy
Yeah.
too. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood
Roy
Harris.
Harris don't play some roles.
So early we were talking about the range that some of these artists have, and I'm gonna tell you like this: Paid in Full showed me how cold Cameron is. Like, go back and watch. My wife will tell you every time we come on, I watch it.
My boy said he got shot over there, bro.
No crap.
That's what he said in his podcast. He said he got shot. He said he got shot over that road.
I didn't know.
Wait.
What happened?
Did he get shot? I thought he got shot because Jay did what he did.
I mean, I don't know if he was joking or not.
So he played Alpo, so Alpo was that character in real life, right?
Yeah.
Alpo was Rico in real life, right? Like the guy who got old boy set up, right?
Yeah.
Alpo just got killed a few years ago too. Or last year.
Right. He had nothing. Every Alpo dead got arrested. I don't know the guy. I don't know him, but
yeah,
whatever. I just this stuff that we hear about. I'm just talking about the depiction.
Allegedly.
All right, I'm just talking about the depiction in the movie. Cameron was cold, and this was early 2000s, bro. Like my man acted his tail off in that movie, bro. Like that's Cameron was, bro.
The most of them boys is not acting like
was
that.
Popping Kermit.
He say everybody needs to be getting money and just like him. The way he said hit him with the nugget. Bro, that dude was crazy. My dude was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
Hey, on a real life turn, I know we kind of jumping as far as we talked about the Cat Williams situation. My boy went in for the 2024 He's on his Mamba mentality type thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all don't heard, man. It goes back to kind of our culture and the whole music industry, man. Like you heard about what happened to Yo Gotti brother, huh?
Now what
Oh
happened?
yeah, yeah.
No, talk to me
Yo
first.
Gotti brother, Yo
That
Gotti
took
brother
him.
got killed the other day in Memphis, and it's almost
Yeah,
like, man, people, man, that whole Yo Gotti dog situation, man, it's almost
it's back sparked up.
like it never stopped though, and it's
Well, I
almost
mean,
like, man,
it's back public. You know what I'm saying? Like
so
it's
it's
back in the
almost
public.
like, yeah, you're right. So it's almost like, man, the music that's being made by these artists is great, but a lot of the stuff that they're talking about is real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they are
It
talking about,
transcends the studio. Yeah,
yeah, like they
yeah.
talking about death. They talking about as
And
far as,
really living that life.
yeah. And it's almost like, do you continue? Like it's demonic, pretty much. I guess you could say because
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
from a Christian
speaking
perspective,
death.
all evil is demonic. From a Christian perspective,
the
You
music
all
said
is
evil.
what?
spells, man. These are spells.
Well,
Yeah.
and don't forget. I
It,
mean, and also
But I
don't
mean,
forget,
words are
man. Like
powerful, man,
so,
and people don't understand how art imitates life.
so
Sometimes life imitates art.
not to get too
yeah.
biblical, but that's one of the reasons why the early church is very cynical of music, right?
Hmm.
Because you
You know
know
the influence.
before Satan was cast out of heaven, he was the quote unquote praise director. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? My man was in
Yeah.
charge of the music
He
in
can
heaven. You see what
sing
I'm saying? So
beautifully.
right, saying beautifully, doing with all these jewels and whatnot. So the fear is that through music, Satan can infiltrate minds, right? And that's kind of in our culture specifically. Now, I'm sure that in all cultures there's an element of evil in music. But I don't listen to all cultures' music. I listen to our music, and we see the destruction that we talk about, and we can pre it up by saying, yeah, we just talking about what we see and what's going on in our particular neighborhoods. But at the same time, when people hear it, and honestly, let's be real. It's going from being reporters of what's going on to
Mhm.
being proactive participants in what's going on, right? Because I do remember uh, the artists in the when hip hop first got real popular. We were very young, but those artists used to talk about. And we can go back and look at those interviews about how they were just reporting. They were reporting what the dope boys were doing. They were reporting on what was going on in the street.
But that
Now
is
these
called
cats
snitching
are
though.
no,
Yeah.
that's not necessarily
Well,
snitching, right?
not
Because
Dry
you got
necessarily.
snitch.
Not necessarily.
let's be real. Let's be real. Like, and B, don't get upset with me. But let's be real. Pac wasn't really out there in the streets. But Pac was a talented dude that got recognized early, and
Whoa, whoa,
people
whoa,
would
whoa, 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 whoa.
okay,
To say
all
he's
right.
not in the streets, what do you mean by that?
This is what I'm
And I'm
saying.
just asking.
What I'm saying is Pac started off in the Baltimore School of Performing Arts. He didn't start off in the streets. He was reporting the street. The same with Ice Cube. Ice Cube was one of the greatest writers from the West Coast. Ice Cube's mom was a professor, not a professor, but she was an educator, right? He was not necessarily from those streets, but he was reporting on what he saw because he saw these things. Just because he wasn't in the mix doesn't mean he didn't see them. Same with Tupac. Just because wasn't necessarily didn't start off in the mix, like he ended up getting in the mix, but they were reporting on what they saw. Now it's different. These guys are active participants in their own lyrics. Like it breaks my heart every time I listen to a Mo3 album. Mo3 has become one of my favorite artists since right before he passed away. That's when I discovered Mo3. Right, the dude is melodic, the dude is lyrical, and the dude just knows how to put words together. But at the same
That
time,
is
it's
true.
like, bro, you out here living this stuff that you're talking about, and that's destructive, bro. That is, and that goes back to the 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 evils of music, so to speak. I don't want to be that guy, but like, yeah, man, that's real.
And it goes back to, like, sadly, like you said, like it's a lot of, I'm pretty sure there is aspects of music that does contain some type of evil form to it. Uh I just feel like rap our culture music is the front runner for it. And that's what I don't like because
Yeah,
you
I
know
agree. I agree.
it's it's almost like it's expected for us to either who said that one time either you have a wicked jump shot or it was something.
Um,
We
um,
could jump shot at something about crack rocks.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
you
was
know what I'm
Biggie,
saying?
wasn't
Like
it? That was Biggie. That was big.
that
I
was
think it
Biggie.
was.
That was
Yeah,
big.
it's
Yeah.
almost like, that shouldn't be our only options for our kids to see, but it's almost like if that's the only thing we speaking and putting out there, almost like how we was talking earlier with our kids, if I'm putting out there in front of my son dolls to play with and just dolls, guess what?
Right.
I'm pretty much influencing him to
You
take
put
that
right.
path.
Right.
But
Right.
if I'm guiding him or telling him as far as the ins and outs and why you should do this and why you should do that and how this can affect you, then that's the influence. And I feel like once again, we see so much within our own culture. Like I seen them reporting that Big Juke got shot. Like, and it's almost like it's like controversy sells for us that where we want to hear about the negativity, we want to
Right.
gravitate to the negativity. But as soon as you start talking positive about a situation, then people don't want to hear it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
That's
well,
Like,
Western code.
look at your boy D1. I mean, he's a perfect example,
Yeah, he's a perfect
right?
who?
example.
Like he is when it relates to hip hop, he is as
A
counterculture as it
Christian rap.
gets. He is a Christian rapper who is not afraid to speak truth to power from God's perspective, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been a huge D1 fan. Like I ain't gonna just sit down and jam a D1 album. But
I
I might
have.
now because I like his stance, bro. I
I
like the fact that
have.
my man is willing to stand up to what B was talking about, right? The negativity.
He's been doing it
And
for
but
years.
here's the cold part. He doesn't do
Years.
it condescendingly. He does it through love. Now people don't always take it that way. We saw how Jim Jones took it.
And he been,
Jim Jones was ready to strap up. I'm like, bro, what are you talking?
but he
How you
been, but that's in,
That's that
that's
demonic
sensitive.
energy.
No, that's insecurity, bro.
But
Because
I
you know
mean,
you have a responsibility. So you're going to lash out because you want to avoid the responsibility that comes with what he was talking about.
I think that's partly true. I think boys are scared to lose that bread. I think because they know, like B said, controversy sells, right? And so they out here talking, talking, talking about big dope and talking about this and packing this and toting AKs and toting a pistol and demon time, yada yada yada. It's all it sounds good to them, but it's like that's why I got so much respect for a guy like D1. A guy like D1
He been
who ain't
doing,
afraid
yeah.
to want to take on the industry
He been doing it for a
and
minute.
they've been doing it for a while, right? And I gotta admit, like in the last couple of years, my back picked up on it. But a guy who's willing to take on the industry and then take on the negative stereotypes that they put on our community, bro. Well, not just that. We've done it ourselves as well, right? Because we found it as a way to become financially successful, right? And I can't fault anybody for that, but
You
at what
can't,
cost?
yeah.
Like
At what cost?
what are we willing to pay to become financially secure and financially
How
successful,
much a dollar
bro?
costs?
See, what y'all was
yeah.
talking about that? Y'all was talking about that, like that Kendrick Lamar joint,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. It's like,
It's crazy,
I mean, that's what D1 was saying. It's like you say that's how you feed your family. That's cool, but
right?
then it's like, what about the people, that are being harmed by what you're saying? And you think because you go and get back some turkeys that
Ooh,
suffices for
you
the
know, mine gave away
poison,
turkeys.
for the poisonous narratives that you push in. It's
You know,
like,
mine gave away turkeys. He was also pushing that dope. Does one good deed erase 1,000 bad deeds? I don't know.
it's not
That's
for
not my
us to
place to say.
That
decide,
that's for God
but
to judge.
Right,
that's for God to judge, but you can't be upset with somebody for pointing it out
right.
because
Especially when you know you out
when
here
you
doing dirt.
know this is what you're
Real talk.
doing in order to make your money, make your money. But if somebody has a comment about how you make that money, you can't be upset.
No sir.
you can't lash out and say, "Oh well, somebody might not like you talking how you talking to my name." When he prefaced everything with "I love you, brother."
I love you,
Just
brother. He said it every time too. He talking. I seen him. I seen him reference Nas X, Lil Nas X. I seen him reference Meek Mills. I seen him reference Joe Budden, and Joe Budden had the most. Again, we
the
talking about Joe
most
Budden. I've lost a ton of
ignorant
respect.
response
I've lost
ever.
a
No,
ton of respect for Joe Budden, bro. Like I love him as an artist.
ignorant, bro.
He was one of the. He, to me, as an underground artist,
Like
he
he
spit. But I've
knows
lost so much
better.
respect for him.
So this is what bothered me about Joe Budden's net. You know, everything he said about he's clout chasing and this and that and that and this. Do you really think that this grown man does not know who he's talking to and who is behind the people that he's talking to?
Right.
This
Right.
man has been in the industry and recorded songs with all these people for 15
Right.
years, and you think he don't know what's going on?
But his
The
thing,
man from New Orleans, you think he don't have people riding for him just like
his
Jim
thing though,
Jones
and
got people riding for him?
Buttons know that, but Buttons also know that there's a difference between the secular fan base and the Christian based fan base.
And
The
he's
Christian based
pandering.
fan base.
He's
Yeah,
pandering
to
to
the secular.
that
Yeah,
fan
absolutely.
base, but he's trying to dump on Christian culture by doing it. That's
And
the thing I don't like.
I think it's, and you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say this out loud. I think it's our responsibility as, I'm not gonna call it young, 'cause we're not young no more, but as Black Christian men to kind of carry that flag. You feel what I'm saying? Like
I understand.
I think we can't be afraid to say, no, that's not it. You got it wrong, Slim. And let me tell you what's up. And talk to it with love and truth though.
That's exactly what
think
D1 doing though.
You talking about to the younger generation?
I think to all
No, but
generations,
that's
bro.
exactly what D1 is doing, and you see how it's being received.
I think, but you know what? I don't care how it's being received, bro. But I think it's our responsibility. I think it's our responsibility as Christians to take up that mantle, take up that cross.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
And it goes back to, I think, when it comes to, it also comes back to our culture that it affects, because that goes back to what Cat Williams is saying. If what he's saying is true, then that means that majority of the famous Black people that we see in these movies, that we already know when it comes to the music, you know what I'm saying, that pretty much they are paid to push an agenda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're gonna become wealthy in that business, on the entertainment business, if you're pushing an agenda. If you're not pushing that agenda, you're not fit to get paid like these secular people. So with that being said, it's almost like, until these people who has this stage or has this platform to actually push D1, it ain't gonna matter. It's only gonna touch a small fraction. But also, with that being said, everybody is not gonna make it to heaven. Like, truth be told, and like you said once before, B, it's up to us to start in our household first and reach out to everybody around us. Chucky had mentioned the topic. You know what I'm saying, as far as what are 5 things that you pray for your
Say that.
your
Hold on.
kid.
Say that, B. Say that, B. Say that, B. We ain't got time, but say that one. I'm with you. Save it though for the next episode. Save the 5.
I mean,
save the 5. Save the 5. I'm with B. I'm with you. B. You are on the roll. You roll. I'm with you. But we pushing up. We pushing up.
we gotta do it to be continued.
We gonna have to on that one, bro. But let me say
I'm
this.
about to get to rolling, man.
But you was killing. You was cooking. I promise you was cooking. But
I was on my Cat Williams vibe for a second, man. I feel like you over here being Steve Harvey right now.
No. No, here's the thing. I didn't want us to get into that. I didn't want us to get into it because that's gonna take us probably about a good 45 minutes. That's
a whole
great
podcast,
topic.
probably.
That's probably a whole podcast. I don't. But I will say. But hold on. I will say this one thing though. You were right. Everybody will not get into heaven, but like the word tells us, everybody who believes in their heart and confesses with their mouth that Jesus Christ is Lord will make it. Right, but that's a personal decision that you have to make. Whether you agree or disagree, that's up to you, man. This is Free Black Dads podcast. We don't care what you think. I know we believe that Christ was born, died for our sins, rose again, and all those who believe in him will be with him in paradise one day. If you don't believe that, that's up to you. It is what it is, right? But that's definitely what we believe here. And is everybody gonna make it? No, because everybody's not gonna make that decision. But at the same time, you know, we gonna make sure we stand on business when it comes to that, right?
And
That's the foundation.
and,
What's up, B?
and let's not say that we don't care about what our fans think, because I do care about what our fans think. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to both mamas, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody listening, Miss
Mm,
Weather, all y'all to give feedback. I trust
Yeah,
believe your feedback is greatly appreciated.
mm.
Please make sure that you send plenty of feedback to us. Hit us up on the email. My boy B, I'm pretty sure he gonna plug the whole emails and where you can contact us, because I'm not for sure. For me, I'm thinking Three Black Dads
well, you
podcast at
gonna let me do it and let me
gmail.com.
do it. You
You
gonna
know
let
what
me
I'm
do
saying?
it and let me do it, B.
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to
Golly.
take a guess at that. I didn't know for
No,
sure, but we do.
no.
Wait a minute,
He
hold
was
on,
trying to
hold
catch
on,
me up for the fact that I said I didn't
wait a
care what
minute,
nobody thought. And be
hold on,
clear,
Steve
be
Harvey
clear.
Smile. Hey, wait
Hold
a
on,
minute.
B.
All
Watch
right.
out. First of all, first off, I do have a very attractive smile.
I'm
Now,
not
Here
gonna ever
we
say
beautiful,
that.
go.
baby, you
I'm
have
not
an
supposed to
attractive
ever say
smile.
that. I'm
Hey,
not gonna say that.
my smile is very attractive.
Your wife gotta love that. I ain't gotta say that all that,
Hey,
man. I'm
man.
not gonna say that.
But listen,
You know,
B. Listen to me. What I was saying was I don't care what anybody thinks as it relates to the truth and the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, we love feedback. We be getting feedback from a lot of folks and everybody who's been watching, tuning in, you know, pushing our viewership up, getting the subscribers up. Hey, we love all you guys, and we definitely will take into
So,
consideration any suggestions that you guys have.
and we
But
need y'all to subscribe.
there's certain things that we stand on business about.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this. I know sometimes we talk a little crazy, we talk a little funky. Sometimes we get a little off a little bit. But at the end of the day, we know where our blessings come from, bro. I can't. No other way I can say it. But we stand on business when it comes to Christ business, and that's real talk. That's real talk. But
Straight up.
I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all kind of close out. Y'all talk. Chuck, you go first. B, you
What?
knock it out. I'm gonna close it out. Cause
Hold
I got
up.
some other.
Go
Oh, you got
ahead.
so much you want to say? I'm sorry. My bad.
Nah. Go ahead.
Close it out,
no,
B.
no,
What's up?
I'm good. Go ahead.
Nah, Chuck got it. Come on with it.
Hey, man, y'all better come on with
Hey,
it.
and once again, we thank everybody, our entire audience for all of y'all support. We ask that y'all continue to view, like, share, subscribe, and continue to raise our viewership. We thank y'all for tuning in and watching us talk noise to each other this time. And signing off, y'all can catch me at Chucky Sings the Blues on TikTok. One.
And of course, you already know it's LB, better known as Mac. You can always check me out on TikTok, LB903 King. I'm gonna get to post some stuff on there, man. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to all our pages. Make sure you subscribe to the Three Black Dads podcast on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Be sure to share it. If you have some stuff that you feel like you want to hear us talk about, you know, you got some questions about. Oh man, I got another one. Yes, we got some topics and stuff that we're gonna talk about. If you have anything you want to share or want us to talk about, then be sure to share that with us, man. I'm telling you right now, I be thinking about all type of stuff to be talking about. You know, I could talk on this podcast with these two for forever. You know what I'm saying? But I really
So,
do appreciate y'all tuning in and checking us out on every show and every little snippet that we have.
word, folks, man. Look here, beloved. It's your boy at Mr. New Lou, 1/3 of the Three Black Dads podcast, folks. One of the hottest new podcasts in the state of Texas. Man, we just really appreciate you guys. We want you to make sure you guys are like, sharing, subscribing. Make sure you push the viewership up. I'm gonna leave you with a word of the day. We're gonna close out. We're gonna get out this joint. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Hey, folks. With that being said, go out, conquer everything you got going on, and to God be all the glory, folks. Hey, from the Three Black
Hey,
Dads podcast, I am at Mr. New Lou. Peace out.
hey, B,
It's,
B,
What's happening?
what's the letter for today?
We you like Sesame Street?
Huh?
Oh man, you trying to clown. I'm about to hit the stop button. Hold on, I'm about to hit the stop button.
Hey.
Got no time on my hands. Look, no minutes wasted. I got life outside bars. Tell me how much you facing, cause it's deeper than this rap music. Wake up in the real world, you should adapt to it. But you don't hear me though. Nah, you don't hear me though. Look, if pills take you out this world into another planet,